Hi, and welcome to Cooking with BFed. I'm your host, Joshua Glenn. Today we're going to make a super simple pork tenderloin. We're going to start it off on the stove, finish it in the oven, and we're going to make a delicious blueberry sauce to go with it. Alright, so we're going to start off with a pound of pork tenderloin, and we're just going to trim it. Most pork tenderloin that you're going to get in the store is going to be pretty trimmed. You just want to make sure you get all that silver skin off, any extra fat, anything like that. We're going to season it with some cumin, some garlic powder, and some onion powder. And we're just going to rub that in really good onto our pork tenderloin so that we can get the flavor. Then we're going to let it sit before we cook it. But we're just going to let it sit for just a few minutes so that flavor really gets in there and you have a delicious pork tenderloin. Now for our sauce, we have just a few ingredients, super simple. We've got some fresh blueberries. You can use frozen blueberries if you would like. Just if you use fresh blueberries, make sure that you rinse them off really well and that you check to make sure that any stems that may be on the blueberry are taken off. We've got some minced red onion, we've got some chicken stock, some garlic, light brown sugar, and some apple cider vinegar to make this sauce. We've got some olive oil in our warm pan here. We're just going to add our pork tenderloin straight to the pan, and we're going to do it about 5 minutes on each side of the pork tenderloin, and then we're going to throw it into a 425-degree oven until it reaches the internal temperature of 145 degrees. Alright, now we have some really great color on our pork tenderloin. I'm just going to throw it into my oven. Make sure you're using a pan that you can throw in the oven. As you see, this one doesn't have a plastic handle. We're going to throw it in there at 425 for about 15 minutes or until an internal temperature reads 145. Alright, so our pork has reached temperature. We're just going to take it out and let it rest. The recipe calls for one. The pack that I bought came with two. So what we're going to do is we're going to loosely cover this with some aluminum foil. I don't want to cover it tight. And we're going to let this rest while we do the sauce. Alright, so we've got our pan that we cooked it in. Do not wipe it out. We're going to use the same juices. We're going to throw our onion in there. And we just have it over medium heat. And as you see, I'm using an oven mitt because this is hot. And we're just going to saute this for about 2 to 3 minutes until these onions are tender. Alright, so I've added in my garlic. Let that get fragrant. We're going to add in our brown sugar. And we're going to add in, I've already added my vinegar to this, but it's vinegar and our chicken stock. We're just going to throw this in here. And we're going to let this come to a boil before, and dissolve the sugar before we add in our blueberries. Alright, so we've come to a nice boil here. We're just going to add our blueberries in. We're going to give it a stir, and then we're going to let it come back to a boil. And then we're going to let the blueberries burst and reduce it by about a third to where it should be about a cup of sauce that you have once it's all reduced down. And we'll be back. Alright, so our sauce has reduced down. Take a look at this. It's really bright with that vinegar that's in there and the sweetness of the blueberries. We just cut up our pork into medallions. I've got some of it already cut up here. Letting it rest allows your meat to absorb some of the juices that kind of get released, so to make sure that you have a super juicy piece of meat. You could pair this with really anything that you wanted to. Today, I'm doing a Parmesan grit with a cream spinach. I'm just going to take it and we're just going to drizzle that right on top of it. And there you have it. Bon appetit. And now we're going to introduce our special taste tester today.
Hi, I'm Sherry. I work here at BAO in Client Services. And I'm going to try Josh's favorite, one of his great dishes. Oh, I know it's so good. Oh my goodness. It is fantastic. Ooh, what is it? Spinach?
That's cream spinach. So try the pork for us. There's a knife there if you need it.
Oh my goodness. It is delicious. Oh my goodness. Yes. You guys gotta make it. You gotta try it. It is fabulous.
Thanks for tuning in this week. Remember, eating healthy can still be delicious. And also follow us on Facebook at Birmingham AIDS Outreach or on our website at baobhm.org. Bye.